One thing I want to tell you is that it doesn't matter what level of stuff you're going through now. Um, it might be pregnancy or it might not. But if you're watching us today, we just want to remind you as PMN family that if you're not dead, God is not done with you. And even if you feel like you're dead, remember he rose the dead, Lazarus. So it's not over until God says so. Oh, hello PMN family. How have you guys been? It's been a minute. I'm doing well on my side. I thank God. So this morning we are talking about something very beautiful. We are talking about the pregnancy journey. Yeah. And let's go into it. So I'll give my story. I'm sure you will relate and you can tell us about yours on our comment section. Yeah. So you see, no one prepares you for what comes with a pregnancy. When you get pregnant, hey, it's okay until now the math starts not mathing down the line. So when I got pregnant, I struggled with a few things. I would hear people say, "Oh, I could sleep a lot and everything." So I had morning sickness. I don't understand, and that morning sickness comes in a weird way, like every single morning. And then as for me, I vomited till the last day. Like there was no day I was not vomiting. I eat something slight, I vomit. And then now comes the the mood swings that you cannot even protect, that you cannot even control. And then there's this thing. You just hate people for no reason. Like there's someone you will see and you're like, I cannot stand you. I can't just stand you. Like there are people I hated so bad and they had done literally nothing. And then there are other people that I laughed. Like I would just see them and my heart would just melt and relax. And I would just feel so happy. By the way, forgive me, just a little disclaimer out there. My voice might be a bit shaky. I have a flu, but I'm good, I thank God. So, and then now comes, as the pregnancy goes on, changes continue happening. Your face changes. Have you seen those clips for before and after? Like you see someone before pregnancy, during pregnancy, and after. Those are three different people. Pregnancy changes you. Like you look in the mirror and you're like, oh, who is this woman again? Because your face looks different. And then you get pimples. Like I don't know where they just come from. Now let's talk about the struggles of how as the belly is growing, the the discomfort that comes with that. Yeah. And then I would go for my antenatals in the clinic, and I would see people with their partners, going together, and you're there, you're alone, and you're like, oh my God. But I mean, it's journey, right? It's the journey that I had to walk. But that time, that was very tough because you see people with other people, and then you're alone. You're like, I wish I had someone, just someone. And during that pregnancy journey, let me tell you something. So there's this guy, a friend of mine. I think I mentioned him in one of the previous videos. You can go and watch. You'll hear him. His name is Suleiman. So Suleiman would come every morning and then ask me, Peris, how are you? I'm good. How is the pregnancy? I'd say I'm good. And then he'll ask me, what are you craving for? And then he'd bring me, there's some sweet mabuyus. I don't know. I don't know how to call them. What are they called in English, mabuyus? I don't know. But there are those mabuyus you can use, make Google your friend if you don't understand that part. And they are very sweet. So he would bring them to me. And because at that point, I think from when I got pregnant, somewhere around the first trimester as it was ending, I would spit very bitter saliva. I don't know where that thing comes from, but it's extremely bitter. They say they gave Jesus vinegar. Well, it's bitter. So I would spit that. So when he would give me those tumabuyus, they would help me. At least my mouth would taste nice. And I started also buying some other things that would help me so that I would not spit every other time. Yeah, like I wouldn't feel that taste in my mouth, and I would feel good. When someone asks you how you're doing, we have this tendency of saying, hi, hi, how have you been? I'm good. But it's not necessarily that you've known how that person is doing, like deep down. You've just greeted them as a courtesy, right? Like it's normal to say hi. But when someone asks you how you're doing, you feel cared for. You feel like this person doesn't just care whether I feel happy, this person wants to know behind the scenes. So, and I think God brought him as a friend that time for that season. And then I would crave anjera. For those of you who don't know, it's an Ethiopian meal. It's very sweet. Well, people, I don't know, that to me it was. And I had a specific spot that I would go to buy. And then I had a couple Ethiopian friends who would bring it to me because for them they're making it at home. And then I had this weird craving for ice cream. Remember, I was living in Pangani. I had a specific spot that I would go to buy in Isli every single day. I had to walk and buy. You people tell me, so why is it that like there's this hunger that comes with pregnancy? You walk to the restaurant that you're supposed to eat, right? And then you eat. And then on your way back from eating, you feel hungry. Like I don't know what happens there. I had the weirdest cravings, like I was ever hungry. I had water by my side, I had food, I literally had food, like I was just hungry every other now and then. I think maybe my baby was showing me shege. But I thank God, it's a sweet thing, yeah. And now there's this thing. So there are those people who would meet me pregnant. And then someone would ask you, hi, so you got married? And then you don't even know what to say. You're like, no. And then all of a sudden, that glow that they had on their face asking changes. And then you're like, okay. And they're like, oh, I thought you got married. You're like, no. And because you're avoiding questions, you're like, can we meet later? And then you go. So, but at the back of your head, you're like, why would you just imagine someone is pregnant because they got married? I mean, people get raped, right? But anyway, it's okay. It's our society. And then came the stigma. For some weird reason, people think they know you better than you know yourself. So I don't know. So there's this one person who walked right to me and told me, of all the people in the world, I never thought you were a prostitute. I'm looking at the person, I'm like, yo, my guy, how do you even know? Why would you even say that? And that hurt me. But the person felt like I have the right to say it to you. And I know. Like, it's kind of like he was saying, I have receipts, you're pregnant because you're a prostitute. And I felt bad. But for some weird reason, that is the world that we are living in. The people don't really care. They don't really understand the story behind whatever you're going through. So they just imagine, just because you're pregnant, you must have done something wrong, or you are the one on the wrong, or you are immoral or careless, or a prostitute. You're just someone who doesn't even know what they are doing in life. And that is very bad. Why would you imagine that? Because imagine we have women out here who have been raped, who will speak for them if when you see them, what you think of is they are morally degraded or something, yeah? But it's okay. And then now came the words. There are people who knew you before. So they had a certain, image about you. And then now they see you pregnant out of nowhere. Pregnancy is something that you can't hide. So the abuses came like, I don't know. Like of some weird reasons, people would say things and I would hear them and I'm like, is that even me? And I'm like, I have known you for quite some time. Is that what you think about me? Like, is that what you really think about me, And the funniest thing is, I don't know. Why would someone go behind your back, say something weird about you, like say something bad about you, and then when they meet you, they're like, "Oh, I missed you," or they're like, "I love you. I love the way you look, the pregnancy glow." But you're like, you're the one who said A, B, C, D, right? But anyway, people are entitled to their own opinions. And one thing that I have realized with life is that the cheapest thing that anyone can afford on this earth is opinion. If you ask a mad person today for his opinion about the government, trust you me, he will tell you. If you ask a random person on the street, they will tell you. If you ask the who is who in the country, they will tell you. So everybody has their own opinion. But one thing that I learned quite early is understanding that 90% of what I like, of what is defined, like this is, let me rephrase it this way. 10% of my life is based on what people think or something about me. Like 10% of my life is what people think, but 90% of my life is who I believe I am. So if I don't know whether that makes sense to someone, right? And I believe that people will always do whatever makes them feel good. They're generally people who are happy hurting you or saying things that will make you hurt. They're just happy. That's who they are. There are others who genuinely don't even know that they have hurt you. And they don't even have an idea. They just said what they thought maybe was what they needed to say. They just spoke their mind that way. But the action that you take after what they have told you or what you have heard is what now will define the entire trajectory of your life, right? So it's okay. People will say things, people will speak, people will talk. That's part of life. And it's something that is beyond our control. Someone will just see you walking pregnant and assume something, but you have no control about it, right? So my journey was quite interesting. And then there was this time when I was 7 months pregnant. I think I struggled with my pressure. My blood pressure would misbehave. So, and I think because at some point the things got into my head as well. And I remember when I went to the hospital, the doctor told me, by the way, because of the way the pressure is misbehaving and the stress that you're having, that might affect your baby. So this is what that means. Since your baby is 7 months old, that cannot be termed as miscarriage because you can't miscarry that kid. So that means your baby will die in the womb, and now you'll have to go give birth to a dead child. And for some reason, that scared me, you know. And the doctor told me, but you can change. You just focus on the right things and be like, just enjoy the process. You know, pregnancy is not something that you get every other day. Like you have to take the entire 9 months to go to get pregnant again, right? Not unless something happens in between the journey. So the doctor was like, enjoy the process, stop overthinking it. At the end of the day, 9 months will come and your baby will still be like, your baby will born. So I was given 3 days bed rest, which I did. And yeah, that was good. After the 3 days pregnant, no, sorry, not pregnant, but the 3 days bed rest, I, I felt a bit better, and now I started focusing on enjoying the remaining time because I mean my baby will be here in no time. By the way, can we talk about this? Why are the drugs that, you know, the medicines, what are they even called? The ones that we are given in the hospital after we get pregnant to be taken through the entire process. Why are they so curly? Like you eat them, you take them, and then you're like, wow. But then remember that time someone gave me an advice, and then that person told me when you, because I would vomit a lot, so I would take them and then vomit, take them and then vomit, and then when you go to the clinic, the doctor tells you you have to take them by all means. So that lady, she helped me. She told me, by the way, I had the same process, like the same problem. But what I would do is, like when I'm almost going to bed, I would take them that time. So that means, because you know you will vomit, it's hard to wake up and vomit in your dream. So you will just sleep, and that helped. But if you're in that phase, you can try that. It might help, because people go through different, pregnancy is different for everyone, there are people who carry a very smooth pregnancy. They can never relate to morning sickness. There are others who don't even have appetite. For me, I have met a couple of people who don't have appetite when they're pregnant. For me, I have been pregnant once, but I was ever hungry. I always, even in my handbag, there was something to eat. There was always snacks. Yeah, even when I'm sleeping, I would wake up in the middle of the night and eat. Like, my baby and I are foodies from, from when she was in the womb until now. So for me, I was a foodie, but the rest of the world, the the pregnancy journey is different, right? For everyone. And now, let me ask you. I don't know whether do you guys, and I don't know. There's a time that where during my pregnancy, I don't know. There are those kicks that baby kicks you, like she's kicking senses back into your head. So my baby would play, like literally play, like the stomach is literally dancing. But they are so sweet. Do you know? In as much as the pregnancy journey might be tough in every other thing, there are also sweet moments. The funniest thing, when that baby doesn't kick, you won't be peaceful. Because there's a day, I think 2 or 3 days, I didn't hear her kick. I had to go for a scan. And the doctor told me she's just fine, just to do exercise, but your baby is just fine. She's just relaxed. So there are times that when they don't kick, you feel so stressed. So for me, I enjoyed the journey, and uh, it was a bittersweet kind of a journey. There's the bitter part of it, that is the challenges, and there's the sweet part of it that you enjoy. And then I would talk to my baby in the womb, and she would respond. Do you know they hear, by the way? When you just hold your womb and you talk to them, they hear. And do you know why I'm saying that? It's actually biblical. You remember when Mary, the mother of Jesus, went to visit Elizabeth? The baby in Elizabeth's womb leaped. Literally, the Bible says that. Leaped. So that leaping means that that baby understood something. So they hear, talk to them. I would talk to my baby, and she would respond, like you would hear her kick, like she would just move. I would pray for her. So if you're in that journey of pregnancy as well, remember to pray and cover your baby, because remember the Bible says that we are carrying the seed that will destroy the enemy, yeah, that will crush the enemy. So pray for that seed, because it's an entire journey of fight. So pray for your kid, prayer cover her. And there are so many words that are said, especially if you're a single mom. There are so many things that will be said, and people might speak some weird things. So it's important for you, because remember, it's altar versus altar. So you pray for your kid, cover your daughter, right? Cover your son, your daughter, or whatever child that you're carrying. Yeah, it's a blessing. So, and I think my daughter was just an amazing blessing. I don't know how to say it. Like, she was just meant to come. I remember when I went for my last scan, the doctors told me that her neck has been, like, the umbilical cord has tied itself around the neck, something of that sort, and it's something that we cannot change. And so you have to wait until your due date. And I was like, what? And then they told me the problem with that is that it can choke her to death. But in the meantime, there's nothing we can do. But it's not that bad. It's not like it's an emergency kind of thing. Just exercise, and everything will be fine. But just know that the umbilical cord has tied itself, around the neck of your baby. And that thing, I was like, I looked at, and I was like, wow, what now? But the good thing, she survived. She was well. I gave birth naturally. It was a beautiful way, but it's not beautiful. That process of delivery is not a joke. Because for me, I my water broke on Sunday. I was actually on waking up to prepare to go to church. And then my water broke around 8 a.m. Then I went to the hospital, and I got induced during in the course of the day. That was on Sunday. I got induced, and then the pain was slowly coming, slowly coming. I got induced again. The drip on that they put inside. I don't know that. I don't know, that pain comes and confuses you, and your head just goes to another world. That is like if you've been to labor and given birth the natural way. Oh man, congrats! It's not a joke. That pain, yeah. I can't even compare it to anything. So the pain was very, you can't even explain. Have you ever felt that pain that even tears cannot come out? I'm also wondering if that's how painful labor pains are, how will hell be, which is eternal, yeah. So it was tough, but I delivered, I think, on Monday around mid-morning, midday, somewhere there. Yeah, but the labor pains showed me shege. It was not a joke. But for some weird reason, I don't know. It's just a blessing. And if you're a mom, you can relate. You see, when you give birth to that bundle of joy of yours, the moment you hold her like this, trust you me, that pain gets lost in an instant. Like you see the in a blink of an eye, done. That's how that pain gets lost. I'm like, how? Because the moment she just came out, the pain just went just like that. And the moment, that time, when you give birth, the doctors make sure that you have body to body touch with your baby, like she's laid on your chest or something for bonding. For that moment when I held her like that, and I don't know whether that's the instant like that, the moment that God gives you maternal instincts. But from that moment, I felt like, I even told her, the doctors were just, I held and I told her that I will protect you with everything, every being in me. And for that, the moment you hold that kid, there's nothing else that matters. I held her, and the entire world meant nothing. It meant, like, literally, I forgot everything. You see, the Bible says that when a woman gives birth, she forgets the pain. That's what I did. The moment I held her, the pain, like I forgot the pain in that moment. And I was like, I'm willing to protect you by all means. And it was beautiful. So this is what I'd love to tell you, yeah. If you're a first time mom, or you're a mom again, and you're in that process of pregnancy, first of all, congratulations. By the way, it's a blessing to be a mother and to be pregnant. And above it all, it's a God ordained calling that God saw it worth to make you a mom. Out of the millions and millions of women in the entire globe who are desiring to have kids. And if you're also a mom in the waiting, yeah, Isaiah 54 says you start expanding your tents. So start expanding your tents, because your blessing is coming. Start rejoicing, because when your blessing comes, you and Hannah will be like this. Yeah, you'll be the Hannah of today. So if you're a mom in the waiting, just know that God is with you. Yeah, He has not given up on you. You will still carry your joy and your blessing. So don't overthink it. Don't over I know it's easier to say that because you're not there. It's easier for someone to tell you, oh, don't, God will do it, don't. But believe it that if he has kept that desire in you, it's because he knows you can do it. Yeah. And I would also say find someone in your family. Like when I say your family, I don't mean your tribe. I mean someone who understands what you're going through. Yeah. Like when Mary got pregnant, she had Elizabeth, right? Elizabeth was already pregnant. She understood. That's why even when Mary greeted her, the baby leaped. You see that? Ruth and Naomi, you understand that? Like have someone, because let me tell you one thing, pregnancy journey is not easy. Don't get it twisted. I know we see on social media people like covering it up with photos, with videos. Behind the scenes, that thing is not easy. On a very serious note, you need someone that will understand you. You need someone that when you've woken up, you just feel like your emotions are just, they're just all over. You just feel like crying. That person will understand, by the way. It's not you crying. You see, when you just wake up and you crave something so bad, sometimes even craves a smell, just a smell. Like you can even crave smelling petrol. It's that funny, yeah. So if you have that craving, someone that will understand that, you know what, this is what she's craving and how to help you and how to navigate through the entire season. And if you won't find someone, because everybody's journey is different, trust in God. One thing I know is that the Holy Spirit has never ever led anyone astray in the history from Genesis to Revelation. He has never. So trust in him. He will lead you. He is gentle. He will show you the way. You will navigate it and you will enjoy when you hold your baby. Yeah. And in the entire season of being pregnant, enjoy the process. Enjoy because it's not going to come again. And even if it comes again, the experience might not be the same. You might get pregnant again because maybe you want more kids, but the experience will not be the same. So enjoy everything, enjoy the process. Find some time to enjoy, just find peace in the entire, in the entire problem or stuff. And one thing I want to tell you is that it doesn't matter what level of stuff you're going through now. It might be pregnancy or it might not. But if you're watching us today, we just want to remind you as PMN family that if you're not dead, God is not done with you. And even if you feel like you're dead, remember he rose the dead, Lazarus. So it's not over until God says so. And I also forgot to say something. It's always good to give credit where it's due. So I'm so grateful for the people that worked with me throughout that journey. God gave me an amazing what would I say, support system. So there are people who work with me, who would advise me, who would help me, they made sure I was doing well. It was not easy, but they did it. So I might not mention their names, but I'm grateful to God for them and I'm grateful for them as well. So thank you so much for watching our today's episode. Thank you for following. Thank you for subscribing. By the way, keep helping us by, tell a friend, tell another friend. By the way, tell your neighbor, tell your colleagues. If you know, because we are working a journey of helping the community. If you know a mom somewhere, whether single, whether divorced, tell her this might be the only thing that she needed. If you know someone who just got pregnant, tell them that it's a blessing they got pregnant, but there's someone who has been there and has overcome it. So tell people, tell who you know, tell even your enemies, by the way. Yeah, so thank you for your support this far. And we hope that this episode will be a blessing to you. So thank you for your support and have a blessed time. Until next time. We out.